Back to the table, Christian Harder, the 23-year-old, his second time at a WPT final table, is first to act. He's got the button. He's got an uneventful Jack 8, but makes it 53,000 to go.
Show these people what I have.
They're in motion, so.
Bob goes out, and Daniel now with an ace-10.
Well, for sure he's going to play this hand. The question is he just going to call or is he going to raise?
Well, these guys have definitely slowed down. Both young pros just biding their time, saying, let's not get too aggressive. Let's stick around so we get Bob out.
They're just going to call. It seems like they play more conservative against each other in terms of raising and re-raising. Trying to keep the pot small, as you said.
Okay, here's the flop. It's a good one for Daniel. He hits his aces.
Santoro's got top pair. Harder's got bottom pair.
But they both check.
Now a queen comes off. Now they both have a pair and an ace-high straight draw. Santoro well out in front, of course, with the two aces.
And he is going to bet at 60,000.
It's not quite 50% of the pot. So because of that, Harder going to make the call here with the two eights.
Down to the river.
And now the board pairs kings. Now, do you bet two aces here? That's the question. What can you get paid off with that you can beat? Now the answer is, if you're Santoro, yes, you do bet the two aces.
That's $100,000 into Christian. Just hit the eights. That's all he's got.
And now Harder's trying to figure out what can he call and beat other than a small pair. It looks like he's going to represent it. He's got more than the two eights. He is going to raise it.
Wow, he makes it 280,000.
And right now, Santoro's saying to himself, why did I bet here? So this guy could raise me out of this pot. And you just can't imagine your opponent's going to raise with less than aces here. Even if he had an ace, you'd get a split pot out of it. So what can you beat?
Set up perfect to bluff.
Well, he sized it up right. That's the perfect card to bluff with. Tough decision for Santoro.
180,000 more. He's got to pay off.
He knows the guy's not going to raise with a queen in his hand. He's not going to raise with an eight in his hand or a small pair. Wouldn't even raise with an ace. If he had an ace, this would be a split pot. So essentially, Santoro can only beat a bluff here.
Christian's got to sweat it.
Well, he does lay it down. So that is playing the game there by Christian Harder. He saw an opportunity, he took it, and it paid off for him.
Action's going to James Calderero. And he has to fold a 10-4. Shawn Cunix now with just a 10-6. Let's see what he does with that. Well, he's going to play it, just calls.
Well, Vince, I am absolutely convinced that Shawn Cunix might have been the guy that coined the phrase, any two will do when you're playing hold and poke. This guy plays anything.
Darren's not going to raise with his 9-7, but he gets sevens.
Flop comes ace 7-3 with two hearts.
Nothing hitting there for Shawn. He checks. Now Darren has hit the sevens. And he's getting out betting chips, 80,000.
Shawn, of course, has no hand, no draw, no nothing. But that doesn't stop him from check raising.
Whoa. He certainly does. Makes it 225.
And look at this. Darren Elias has made the call with two sevens. Most players would just insta-fold when they got check raised there, thinking their opponent's got two aces. But now the jack of hearts comes off. So Shawn does have a flush draw. Now Shawn looking back at his hand. Now when a guy does that, looks like he's always got a heart in his hand. We're checking to see if he has one. And it's going check, check here. And now the ace comes off.
Helps neither player.
Shawn knows the only way he could win this pot is to bluff at it, and he's doing it. He's
go.
betting $500,000 here. And Vince, because of that turn card and river card, very tough in my mind for Darren to make this call here.
Well, this would absolutely break Shawn if Darren should call this. This would just destroy him. This would be a great call, but no, he is not going to call. Shawn's going to pick this one up with absolute zip and pip. Beautifully done.
And with that pot, Shawn Cunix retakes the chip lead.
Mohsen Sharania.
Nice.
quickly fold. And now it's on Matt Salzberg. He's got an ace-5. Likes to play a lot of hands. This time he's going to raise, makes it 45,000 to go. Philip is out, and now Theo Jorgensen.
Well, Theo on the button, going to 3-bet it here with the king-queen. Makes it 100,000 to go.
Everyone's out, but Matt, he's going to call this with his ace-5.
And I'm not fond of this play by Matt. Calling re-raises with an ace baby card.
He's trying to write his own script here. Let's see if he gets lucky.
Well, he might be writing the right script, Vince. He's flopped 2 aces. He's got the lead.
He's going to check him.
Well, Theo has the ace-high straight draw, as you can see, and bets.
Makes the continuation bet of 125. A quick call by Matt.
Matt has the nut flush draw.
Not repopped, and here's the turn, 7 of hearts.
Well, Matt checks. Theo reaching for more chips. Just has a king high, but going to fire a second shell. At least it looks like it. And indeed he does. This time he bets 275,000. There you see Matt fumbling with his chips a little bit, but he does make the call and makes it pretty quick.
He certainly does, to the disturbance of Theo. 8 of hearts on the river. Theo doesn't hit. Matt checks again.
Well, Theo only has a king high, and look at this, Vince.
Oh boy, look at those dangerous looking plaques coming out.
Well, those are 100,000 each. Love the plaques. That's what distinguishes European events from American events. Besides the colored money of the euros that they use, but at the table, the plaques are the big guns.
600.
Look at this, Vince, a 3-barrel bluff by Theo Jorgensen.
Oh man, he is relentless. And now Matt Salzberg has to squirm in his seat here.
Well, you can't blame him, Vince. Virtually all it can beat is a bluff here.
This would be the call of the week in Paris if Matt should make this call, but it's tough to do with a horrible kicker.
This is the problem when you're calling re-raises with ace and baby cards. Even if an ace comes out, you're pretty much frozen in the pot.
Boy, the 2 chip leaders.
Well, there you see Theo's dad over there nervously watching his son. He'd really be nervous if he knew what Theo had.
Oh, and the producer's going to call it a wrap. He cannot compete.
Damn it.
He mucks his hand.
Well, Theo shows the bluff.
Beautifully done by Theo Jorgensen.
And folks, there's not many players that will fire 3 shells at a pot. They bluff on the flop, bluff on the turn, bluff on the river. Theo Jorgensen did it. He has taken the chip lead.
2 and 400,000.
Once again, an amazing turnout here. Borgata, record-setting field, the largest ever in the history of the WPT.
A limp from Bobby in the small blind with the ace. He's got Daniel in rough shape with Jack 3 as they head to the flop.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now here's the flop, Queen Jack, 8, 2 hearts.
Check.
Bobby checks. Daniel has made the best hand with 2 jacks.
And Daniel with middle pair. No kicker is going to check behind.
Doesn't want to fall in any traps here. Now a deuce comes off. And again, Bobby checks. Well, now Daniel feels like the jacks are the best hand, so he is going to fire a wager.
450,000. Can't blame him.
Oh, and look at this. This is going to be a check raised by Bobby O'Booty.
Wow.
Folks, I guarantee you, if you're sitting in Daniel's seat right now, you're saying, oh, I can't believe it. And if I call this bet, what's he going to do to me on the river? Is he going to bomb the pot with more millions? I just can't take it.
That's right. It's not about what you're doing now. It's about what you're doing now and what you're going to have to do later. Daniel knows he's facing that dilemma and lets it go.
Nice bluff.
Well, this is a case that Daniel just got outplayed by Bobby O'Booty. No doubt about it. Great check raise there on the turn.